She's so quiet. Okay. So good morning, everybody. I am hoping that you're having a wonderful day so far. We're going to keep your day going wonderfully by working arms, upper body specifically. We will work upper thoracic area, abdominals. So this kind of whole upper region. It doesn't mean we're not going to work the legs, but the legs will really take a backseat today. The way often when we work legs, the arms kind of are a good support system, but they're not the ones getting all the extra blood flow. So your body will definitely feel the whole thing engaged. And I would love for you to just put extra attention on the arms and shoulder girdles. I think you're going to have a hard time missing, not feeling it is my point. Okay, you're going to go ahead and start with your ball. So make sure you grab your ball and lay back on top of your ball with your shoulder blade rib cage area. So let's start with that. Putting attention on mobilizing the rib cage. So before I work arms, I always really like to work where the arms attach onto the body, which is at the shoulder blade and at the rib cage, which connects into the core, of course. So go ahead and place the ball right at the bottom of the shoulder blade, squeeze the legs together. On your inhale, you're going to go ahead and stretch back. Maybe it's your first big back bend of the morning. So take a moment to just kind of soak it in. Inhale. As you exhale, close the pelvic floor, pulling up through the pelvic elevator, pull in the kittens, and then curl forward. And repeat. Inhale, going back. Exhale, curling forward. And just continue that cycle. Inhale to go back. Exhale to curl forward. And 5 more like this. So feeling every little vertebra, every rib bone that attaches. And maybe right now, what you're feeling most is just a nice big chest expansion, and that is fabulous. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale, going back. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale to go back. Exhale to curl forward. Excellent. So we're going to turn to our left so that you'll be lying on your left rib cage. You can support your head with your right arm. You're going to hold your left ear. And you're just going to bring your head down. So we're still thinking rib cage, okay? So if the ball is right where the bra strap meets the left side of my body or that heart rate monitor spot, and what we're doing is we're moving the ribs on the top side by pushing down into the ball on the bottom side. So yes, you're getting an awesome waistline action, but you're really mobilizing the rib cage in this side bend. So inhale to prepare. As you exhale, press your left rib cage into the ball as you side bend right, and then inhaling down. Exhale, lift up with the pelvic floor, deep abdominals, side bending right, inhaling down. Can you feel it? It's hard to feel maybe the ribs, but when you start adding that pelvic floor and core action into it, then you can really feel the move. Here's a great place to feel like without my core, it's all a lot in my neck, but with my core, it's really targeting the rib cage and helping me maximize that side bend movement pattern. 2 more. Press. Good. Yep. Inhale. Exhale. Make sure you're pulling in those kittens, lifting that elevator. Press. Good. And come back down. And just hang out here for a moment. Reach your top arm, your right arm overhead, right leg nice and long. And just go ahead and bend that left knee down and stretch your upper body over the ball. Be careful to not effort from your neck and head. Again, like I said, a lot of times these exercises will highlight where we over effort. So for example, I was just talking about this exact very thing, and I was noticing my shoulders getting really stressed in a way that wasn't helpful because I was holding on to a lot of neck tension. So challenge, can you relax your neck tension? Just let the ball hold your ribs, feel your core support your spine, and then just reach your arm without adding that extra layer of neck tension. So it's so unconscious, we're not even doing it on purpose. And then I'm pulling my right wrist with my left hand. right? Yes, good. Can you take your top leg and slide it back towards the back end of your mat and feel how you get a whole hip flexor stretch in the process as well? So the whole right side body is getting a massive stretch. One more breath here. Still kind of in our warm-up phase, and then come all the way in, and let's go to the other side. My watch is trying to tell me something. Does that feel good? Okay, so over to the other side. Same idea, we're mobilizing the rib cage, right? It's not the head and neck that we're trying to do. They're connected, but the ribs are in tension. Both knees are bent, stacked on top of each other. Bottom arm is down. Top arm is holding opposite ear. So I'm actually kind of hugging my right ear with my left hand. Inhale, checking in with my pelvic floor and core, making sure I'm in a straight line. And then pressing into the ball with my right rib cage, which means I'm squeezing my left obliques into a side bend, and then I come back down. Inhale, exhale, press, really mush the ball, mush, mush, mush the ball, 2, and bring it down. And pelvic floor, elevator up, 3, and bring it down. Inhale, exhale, strong core, 4, and bring it down. 5, and down. I'm going to go for 8, 6, and down. 7. So don't worry about how high the head comes up. Think more about the side that's pressing down. Last one, press. Really press into the right side rib cage and bring it down. Awesome. Straighten the top leg. Reach the top arm overhead. Bottom head and arm, not your bottom head, but your right ear is melting onto your bottom arm. And then again, check it out. Are you adding extra shoulder tension, adding extra neck tension? You don't need to do that. Take your top leg, stretch it behind you ever so slightly, and reach your arm. Reach that left arm away from your hip. Reach your top leg, your left leg back behind you ever so slightly, and open that entire left side body. 2 more breaths here. Last big breath. Excellent. Okay, we're going to come on up. So let's stick with this theme of using the ball. We're going to go right into some of the core exercises right now, using the ball, using it to help remind us to stay connected to the rib cage and the core. And as we start getting into some of these arm exercises, these no weight but active arm exercises, it's going to be really easy to get out of your core and get right into your shoulder girdle. And I don't want us to necessarily do that. So let's fire up the pelvic floor, close the elevator doors, pull up that pelvic elevator, right and left leg to tabletop to start. I'm right on my ball, right at the bra strap area. I'm going to inhale to extend back. Exhale, zip up through my pelvic floor and core and curl forward. 1. Inhale to go back. Exhale and curl up. 2. Inhale, going back. 3. Inhale to go back. 4. And we're going to stay up on this one. 5. Okay, now we're doing toe taps. So I'm going to tap down my right foot and bring that back up. 1. Left side, inhale. Exhale, 2. Right side, inhale. Exhale, 3. So even though it seems like this is about the legs, we all know that this has very little to do about the legs. It's got to do with the pelvic floor, deep abdominals, kittens in, and that rib curl. 6. Good. And just 2 more each side. Here we go. 1 more each side. Yes. Last time, last side. Excellent. Bring your legs down. Reach those arms long over the ball. If your head can touch down onto the ball, that's fabulous. If not, that's absolutely fine. 1 more breath here. Good. And circle the arms around. Go ahead and hold your head. Bring your legs back up to tabletop. So we're continuing with the theme of this core connection. Now it's going to be double legs down and bring double legs up. If that is very challenging for you, go back to single leg. We're doing 10 of these. That was 2, 3. Close the pelvic floor, deep abdominals. Feel that deep connection. 4. All the way through the crown of your head. 5 and 6. 7. I'm really feeling these this morning. I don't know about you, but 8. 2 more. 9. Last one. 10. Feet down. Stretch back. Whew, isn't it interesting? Some mornings you can feel the exercises so much more specifically and pointedly. Other mornings it's like, meh. Okay, we're going to come all the way up this time. So go ahead and hold on to the back of your thighs and curl yourself up. Perfect. We're going to take the ball into our hands. Both hands are holding on to the ball. We're going to curl the pelvis under, roll halfway back, open your left arm out like you're going to pass the ball to someone behind you. Return both hands onto the ball, nod your head and curl up. Okay. So if you are concerned about osteoporosis, osteopenia, you're going to come back in neutral, twist, return, all the way back up. 5 times on the right, then we're going to change 5 times on the left. So we're not going to alternate in between each one. 5 all at once, then 5 on the other side all at once. So your option, either curling back or neutral back. Zip up the pelvic floor and core. Kitten's active. Go ahead and move on back, whether it's a curl or a neutral. We're going to inhale as we open. Exhale as we bring it back. Curl on up. Inhale. Exhale. And either scooping, rolling backwards or neutral back. Really rotate and return and curl on up. 2, 3 more on the left side. Then we're changing to the right side. Zip up through the pelvic floor and core and spiral around. Exhale, return and curl on up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, curl the pelvis under, roll back or keep it in neutral. Big round arm gesture and curl on up. Last one. Lifting up through the pelvic floor and core, coming back, open around. Exhale, return and curl all the way up. Yep, getting those obliques into it. Okay, other side. I'm turning. You don't need to turn. 5 on the right. Sit up nice and tall. Close the pelvic floor, deep abdominals. Scoop the pelvis under or in neutral back you go. You choose. Open. My gosh, I have a lot more control on my right side. Can you feel the difference? Inhale. Exhale, curl the pelvis under. Exhale. Inhale to return. Exhale, curl up. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, roll back. Inhale to open. Exhale, close and roll up. 2 more. Pelvic floor, deep abdominals. Good. Feel the sacrum nice and imprinted and bring it on in and forward. Last one. Good. Open, big expansive movement and close and curl all the way to the top. Excellent. We're going to put the ball back across our bra strap once again. Arms are going to reach forward towards our knees. We're going to take our arms up and down just to about mid-thigh. Inhale. So you're tracking your shoulder blades right now too. This is not particularly hard, is it? But once those arms reach a little closer to the ears, it really challenges those obliques to hold steady because your spine wants to fall backwards. 5 more. This is just like arms on the reformer to a certain extent. 4, is your pelvis in neutral? Zip up through the pelvic floor and core. Feel the connection. 3 and 2. Out of your neck into those obliques, please. 1. Go ahead and hold your head with your hands. Come on back and give that a break. If you'd like to reach your legs long and reach your arms overhead, now is a fabulous time to do that because we're going to be stretching out through the front body. 1 more breath like this. And we're gonna go arm circles similar to what we just did a moment ago. Okay, so go ahead and support your head with your hands. Help your head up. Find your neutral position on the ball. So I'm purposefully not tucking my tail. If you can see my pelvis, I'm not in a tucked collapsed posture. I'm actually reaching along neutral, like I'm lying on a plank of wood that is resting up on the ball, which means it's on a very long but flat slope, right? Not a tucking one, so it's not dipping like a canopy in the middle, and I'm not arching, right? That's just neutral, but it's leaning on something. Okay, so now we're going to take the arms, so reach them forward. I'm going to reach my arms up, circle them out and around and forward. 1. Inhale, I'm just looking at my kneecaps. 2, not letting my spine move. That's the hard part. 3, feel how this goes right into your pelvic floor and core. 4, last one, I do. Okay, we got to go the other way. Open out, reach all the way overhead and return. 1. How is it that my arm bone is connected to my pelvic floor and core 2? That is always fascinating to me. 3, even though I know the anatomy, it still blows my mind. 4, last one. 5, let's stretch back. Oh my gosh, that was great. Okay, that was fantastic warm-ups. We're going to come on up and do our arm series. So we're going to do our arm series, but we're going to do it standing. I'm not going to lie, not easy. Also, if you're up for the challenge, you're going to do a little bit of the arm series balancing, right? So if you're finding that some of the arm exercises are getting really monotonous and boring, which I'll hand it to you, you know, some of these things, it's not like it's the most amazing thing on the planet in terms of keeping your attention. So maybe you add a balance, right? Maybe you take the leg out so that you start challenging your whole body, keeping your whole body engaged rather than just standing there. If you prefer to keep your feet on the ground, I'm going to ask you to take the traditional Pilates first position. So Pilates first position, and I don't often teach this because so many of my clients are already laterally rotated, but when we do it properly, it actually is quite a workout. It's a sustained workout. So my heels are clicked together, Dorothy, right? So I've tapped my heels together and they're stuck. They are glued together. But after a while, that contraction starts to go stale. So just keep re-engaging those heels towards each other. If you tend to have a little bit of knock knee, you can place your yoga block between your heels and squeeze the crap out of your yoga block. That often does a lot. So that's always an option. Still in your ballet first position, okay? All right. So first action, I want you to imagine that you're holding golf balls in your hands. They're not in tight little biceps and we're not extended arms. They're just in this out position here. You're holding, so you're kind of flexing your wrists a little bit, and you're gonna do tight circles. Make sure you're flexing with your biceps. Good, squeeze those heels together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep those squeezing those heels together. Other way. Good. We're doing about 30 of everything. Okay. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So from here, our arms are in this goalpost position, and we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together behind our back. So just to parallel to the body and then back, just to parallel and back. 3, 4, 5, 6. So the trick is 7. How do I keep this out of my neck? 8. Make sure your shoulders are depressed. 9, 10, 11. I know, can you imagine doing 30 of these? You're going to do it. 15 to go. We got this. You can already feel the heat coming into your shoulders. What are your heels doing? Good. Good. And 6, 5, 4, 3, like you're squeezing a walnut between your shoulder blades. 2, 1. Good. Now we're going to do prayer pulses. So you're going to take your arms into prayer. I know. I forgot to say that the trick, I'll give you $1 million if you can keep your arms up the whole time. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. Okay, so here we are in our prayer pulse position. So your arms are together, okay? Again, Pilates V in this position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. These are brutal. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why are these so stinking challenging? Keep those elbows together. And 13, 14. What about every time you lifted those elbows, you're lifting your pelvic floor as well? So we're giving a little pelvic floor workout. Good. And 10, 9. We're on a countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh boy. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Open those arms out. Okay, we're going to bring the elbows back behind. For this one, can you be up in releve? So now we're starting to kind of play around with it because this is where we start going like a little boring. Okay, so we're out here, right? I don't know if it's boring to you, but sometimes some of the stuff gets a little boring. What if you're up in releve? What if you're in this position where your heels are together, but you're up, your thighs are squeezed together. We're going to bend, squeeze our elbows, open out. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, hold your balance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it. 13, 14. Pelvic floor deep abs. 15, 16. I know balance is a thing. 17, 18, 19. Bring it into you. 10, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Are you still in releve? 29, 30. Oh my gosh, angel arms. So now turn your palms this way, palms facing each other. And we're going to go up, wrist touch at the top and down. Okay, go ahead and bring those heels back down. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. At 10, we're going to change leg positions. 6, keep squeezing those heels together until then. 7, 8, and 9, and 10. You ready? Karate Kid. So right leg down, left leg up, and 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's just 20. Can you believe it? 10. That was 20. So we got to do 10 more. 10, 9, 8. Lots of pelvic floor here. Core. 7, 6, and 5. Balancing on your left leg. 4, 3. Zip up that pelvic elevator. 2. Pull in those kittens. Last 1. Pinkies up. Palms are back. And we're going back, 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 back. Oh my gosh, are we burning? Oh my gosh, crazy amounts. Let's do something distracting, widening our legs. And 10, and 9, and 8, and 7. You can do it. 6, yes, Lisa, whatever. 5, whatever you want. 4, just keep moving. 3, and 2, and 1. Woo, triangle presses. Okay, so we're gonna go in a bend. So it's gonna look like this. Okay, I'm just doing it so you can see, but now we're here. Okay, so let's go to our wide squat. Let's hold our squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got my fingers interlaced. 6, 7. I know, what the heck are we doing? 8, why? 9, why are we doing this? 10, because we feel so much stronger at the end. 12, 13, 14, zip up pelvic floor and core. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, stay in your squat. 23, 24, 25, 6, 27, 28. You're gonna hold your arms out there, 29, 30, and squats. Good, yes. So now your arms are just staying, but squat, and 10, and 9, pulse it, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4. You are strong, and 2, and 1. Don't lower your arms. We're gonna do robot arms. Whoo, shake them out. Whatever you do, don't lower them, just shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. This is not robot arms. This is like the opposite of robot arms, right? Okay, so here we go. 1, 2. Let's go back to Pilates. Small leg position, V. 4, squeeze those heels together. 5, and 6, and 7, 8. We got this. 9, 10. This is amazing range of motion for your shoulder girdle. Now make sure you're going all the way down, all the way up. If you have shoulder issues, please make them smaller. Good. 16, 10, 17. I apologize for the interruption. 18, 19. Although maybe you're like, yes, please go ahead and answer that text. So Deal, just take it. I want my arms to stop doing this nasty movement. Good. 3 more. I promise we're almost done. 2 more. We've got 2 more exercises and then we're done. Okay. So we're going to do down, internal, punch out, bring the arms up, reach. Down, internal, out. You got it, Lisa. And up. Bless you. Out, I think. And up. Goalpost. Out. Goalpost. Punch. Goalpost. Internal, reach up. Goalpost. Up. Yes. And out. And good. You got it. Good. We got 15 to go. 13 to go. We can do this. Reach energy through your fingertips. That helps actually. Reach it up. Energy out. Anything you don't want, throw it away. Yes. And throw it away. 10 more. 10. And 9. And 8. And 7. 6. You got it. 5 and 4. Oh my gosh, we're gonna do raise the roof after this and then we're all done. And 2 and 1. Raise the roof, it's done. We've got 30 of these. So I'm pushing. How about we add a little legs for some fun? And 10, 9, notice I'm pulsing. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. You did that entire series. You did 300 arm things, repetitions, right? 30, 10 of them. We just did it. We crushed it. Okay, lie back on your ball. Lie back on your ball. I'm gonna move my screen down. Do you see how strong you are? For some people, like that is their workout. That's it. Like that's all they do. They call it a day, which that's fine. We're not judging on them. But you guys keep going. Because we do this stuff together, right? Okay. Here we are. Oh my gosh. This feels amazing. If you have the ball behind your back, can you pop your hips up and you're going to roll. Your ball is going to make some sounds and I'm okay with that. You're going to roll because you're all muted anyway. You're going to roll up and down on your back. Yes, good. Keep it going. 5 more like this. 4 more. We're going to stretch out the front shoulders in a moment. 3 more. 2. And last one. Awesome. Bring it all the way in. Come on up and have a seat. Okay, you're gonna take your arms behind you. Turn your palms to face in and let your shoulders sink forward. Do you feel how that stretches your deltoids in the front? So you're bending your elbows and you're kind of sinking into your chest. Let your head just be in a neutral position, maybe looking at your knees or your thighs. So this is stretching the back of the shoulder, the top of the shoulder, and the front of the shoulder. Check in with your pelvic floor and core, make sure that they are participating. We're gonna do 2 more like this, 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And come forward. Now you're gonna turn your palms the other way. You can keep your feet grounded onto the ground, or you're welcome to straighten your legs, but I like my feet grounded. I'm gonna push into my arms and pop open my chest here. Breathing. So my eyes are not looking up behind me. They're just kind of cast where the wall and ceiling meet behind me, or in front of me, excuse me. And I'm just pushing into the mat. And now I'm going to push into the right, and I'm going to push into the left. So I'm kind of like walking and crawling in space, if you will. If you can bring your hands a little closer to each other behind your back without hurting your elbows, that's great. And then just kind of walking out a little bit with your hands and then back into the midline. So I'm not really going wider than my mat. Good. And then let that go. Perfect. We're going to come on to all fours. We're going to turn our wrists. So everything we did was unweighted with our arms, but nevertheless, the wrists and shoulders do get activated. So we're going to turn our palms so that they're facing each other. Excuse me. Turn the palms so they're facing the floor and my forearms are facing away. I'm a hyperextender, which is actually very dangerous for the elbow joint. So I need to bend my, dangerous in the relative term, you know, but I need to bend my elbows a little bit. And then I'm going to gently sit back towards my heels. Aha. And again, gently sit back up towards my heels. I'm not actually physically able to get there. My forearms are a little tight. Activating through the pelvic floor and core. Still, even though this seems like, how does this affect my core? Well, everything does. 2 more. Problem solved, mystery solved. Last one, core affects everything and vice versa. Okay, then we're going to flip it. So now I'm actually on the back of my hand. The palms of my hands are facing the ceiling. This is another area where my hyperextension does not serve me because I can really overdo it my elbow joint. So I need to soften my elbows and then I'm going to rock back and forth a little bit. Now, if you already have carpal issues, the median nerve, the one that goes through the wrist area, then don't be kind of heavy-handed on this one. Just light, just little introductions to this movement, right? 5 more breaths here. 4 and 3 and 2. Still working strong with the core here. 1. Perfect. Okay. You're going to come up onto your fingertips. So you're going to do like little push-ups on your fingertips. And they're literally, I mean, minuscule, but we're strengthening your hands. So notice my positioning with my whole pelvis and spine. I'm essentially in like a quadruped all 4 position. And I'm going to come down, little elbow bend and push up. Little elbow bend and push up 2. So now we're strengthening the wrists, the hands, the elbows, forearms, and shoulder girdle. If this is very hard on your fingers because you have arthritis or you have some other kind of joint issue in your hands, thumbs, fingers, whatever, you can do these on the wall. 5 more. When I did my massage training, we had to do these for a minute against the wall. 3 more. 2 more. Last one to strengthen our hands. Flatten your palms. Flat palms feel really good. Finally, something we are familiar with. Here we go. Pilates inverted V, of course, downward facing dog. Walking our dog here. Okay, walk your dog to the right side of your mat. Literally, come over to the right. And then walk your dog to the left side of your mat. So I'm swinging my tail, getting a little extra side bend on my right side body as I'm going over to the left side. Then I'm going to keep walking over to the other side. Good, and then come to the middle. Lengthen your tail, big breath in, and exhale, come on down onto your knees. Sit back, child's pose. First child's pose of the hour. Good for you. I had hit all the buttons and bells and whistles that say, don't bother me right now. I'm busy teaching an awesome class. Go ahead and reach and breathe. And let's go to the other side. Reach and breathe. Do not disturb. One more breath here. All right. You're going to go ahead and grab your yoga block, warming up the shoulder girdle for a little bit more. If you don't have a yoga block, if you could grab something that is approximately like shoulder block height, like 6 inches or so off the ground, that would be great. We're going to put our elbows on the block. Some folks need 2 yoga blocks because their shoulders are a little tight. So if you have 2, that would be great. If you don't, that's okay too. Just go ahead and find your way onto your block. So I've got my toes tucked under me and I'm sitting my butt back, kind of like as if I'm doing a child's pose of sorts. But right now, my intention is to melt my forehead kind of through my upper arms and see how that feels. Can you relax the area across the mid and upper back? And stay here in this position for 3 more breaths. Let the spinal area between your shoulder blades start to melt towards the floor. 2 more breaths here. Last big breath. Good. And then push into the yoga block and round your back. Round your back. Good. Okay. So we're going to move the block out of the way. Place our hands back onto the, place our forearms and elbows back onto the mat for coming into prayer. So this is shoulder girdle presses, which is also a really great warm up for shoulder stand for those of you that do that. So this is dolphin. I'm up on my feet. My heels are off the mat. My buttocks are in the air. My knees are off the floor. I'm going to rock forward, touching my nose to the tip of my fingers, and then press back. I'm pushing into my elbows, which is what's making the difference on the way back. Coming forward, inhale. Exhale, press back. Forward, inhale. Exhale, press back. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Awesome. Sit back down. Full child's pose. Big rest. Widen those arms and feel that stretch. Opening up through the lats. Great. Okay, so from here, we're going to come back onto our forearms. This time, you're not going to have your hands in prayer. You're going to take your yoga block, place your yoga block between your palms. So my yoga block and my arms are as wide as my yoga block. I'm going to stretch back with my legs. Option, knees down as we rock forwards and backwards. So if you're the knee down version, I'm totally cool with that. I just want to make sure that your knees are not propelling you forward, that it's your elbows pushing you back and your elbows pulling you forward, okay? Option 2, off of your knees, squeezing those legs together, coming forward, push back, forward, push back, forward, push back. So the forward is I'm pulling my elbows backwards. The push back is I'm pushing my elbows forward. So I'm pulling my elbows, pushing my elbows, pulling my elbows, pushing my elbows, pull, push. Where do you need your pelvic floor and core? Pull in those kittens, push, pull, push. 4 more, pull, push. 3 more, 2 more. Last one. Come down onto your knees. My goodness, a lot of arms and shoulders today. Walk yourself over to the right side of your mat. Reach with your left arm and purposefully press actively down into your left palm and kind of slide in your mind's eye your ribs to the left inside your skin, and notice the lats getting a huge, huge stretch. Good. And then walk yourself over to the opposite side of the mat. So now we're over on the left side, right palm pushing down. Keep pressing your right hand down into the mat. Slide your rib bones to the right and feel that huge stretch. Remember to not add neck tension, so eliminate that as much as possible. 1 more breath here. Good job, and let that go. Okay, let's take ourselves into Dancer Z. It's really good. It's a lot, right? Can you feel how your arms are getting so strong in terms of flexibility, mobility, and strength all at the same time? We're going to give our arms a little break, take ourselves into a little side bend. Over to the left. Both of my feet are angled to the left because I'm in my Dancer Z. Side bending. 1 more breath. Good. Come on up. We're going to head over to the right, coming down onto your right elbow. Reach with that left arm and press your left butt cheek down towards the floor. 2 more breaths here. Last big breath. Good, and come all the way up. We're going to do the other side. So go ahead and flip your feet. Keep all this in mind because we're going to be doing this in our side plank, which definitely is shoulder girdle. It's so wonderful for whole core strengthening, shoulder strengthening, and flexibility. So first we're side bending to our right. Lifting up to the pelvic floor and core as much as possible without blocking the side bend. Sometimes we can contract and over-contract and really lock down the stretch that we're trying to get. So come on over. Now I've got my left elbow down, my right arm going overhead, and I'm pressing into my left elbow with the intention of sitting down into my right butt cheek. Zipping up through my pelvic floor and core, feeling the connection. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Excellent, and come all the way up. Okay, so did you remember that feeling? Because we're going to side bend back over to our right side here. Top leg is straight, bottom knee can be kickstand as we come up, right? Or bottom leg is behind top leg. So we're in this position here, okay? We're going to start with our left hand on our left hip bone, essentially, pressing into that right elbow. Press up into your side plank. Ooh, there's the shoulder girdle and the core connection. Then you're going to bring your arm up and you're going to twist and pike under. And up over and thread under. and up over. If piking is not working for your shoulder girdle because you have shoulder issues that really inhibit that, then just side bend and repeat the side bend. Good. 2 more, up and over and twisting through. Lots of core here. Last one, up and over and twisting through. Excellent. Come on down. Side bend. Other side. Not really side bend, just switch to the other side. Okay, so option, you've got that kickstand of the bottom leg, right? So that is a legit option. So you're up here and then you're piking under and through. Option, both legs are straight, okay? Top leg is in front, bottom leg is behind. Here we go, inhale, exhale, and coming up and over. Yes, beautiful. And pike under and side bend over. Pelvic floor, deep abdominals, scooping under. Feeling the connection of my arm and shoulder girdle over to my obliques. Under. 2 more each, up and over. And under. Last one. Over and under, bring it in. My gosh. Phew, we did it. We're going to come on up to standing. You thought I was going to say we're going to take a break, but we're not. We're just going to keep on going. Okay, go ahead and stand with your feet about a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Circle the arms out and reach them up. Interlace your fingers and reach your interlaced fingers up over your head. Yeah, like that. Yep. And then side bend over to your left. Use your strong obliques on the right side to return you back up and over to the other side. Notice that my arms are going more than my head and my head isn't going more than my arms. Everything is coming from the rib cage. Coming up. It makes a difference, doesn't it? So from the rib cage, arms and head are just an extension of that, and come back up and over. Inhale there. Exhale, coming back up. Come on down. Look at which hand is on top. Change your interlace. So my left is always on top, so I'm going to change it so my other hand is on top. It'll feel like you're holding someone else's hand. Okay. Here we go, up and over. We're going to initiate to the right, side bend. Remember, this is coming from your rib cage. And over, other side. I just noticed I was locking out my knees. Not a good idea. So I didn't quite bend my knees, but I really brought my quads and my glutes and hamstrings online. Side bend. Remember, we're not hanging out in our legs. The legs are our support system, so you need your support system strong. One more, over to the right. Whoa, how far over can you go? Use your core to bring you back up. How far over to your left can you go? And use it to bring you back up. Release your palms, fold your body in half. Fold in half. Okay, left palm is down in the middle. Right arm is out. We're going to spiral around to the right 5 times, not moving our hips, right? So keep your hips and buttocks in one line. We're not wagging side to side, okay? We're keeping them nice and stable. Here we go. Left fingertips are on the mat. Remember those little push-up fingertips that we did? And we're doing that essentially with our left hand. 1, strengthening our palm, strengthening our fingers. 2, 3, pelvic floor, deep abdominals, working hard here. 4, notice the back of the shoulder girdle and spine working. 5, other side, right fingertips down, left arm out. Here we go, spiral around to your left. 1, 2, really stabilize and keep the pelvis stable. 3, so it's not rocking with you. 4, and 5. Excellent. Bring both fingertips down. Go ahead and forward fold. You can widen your feet out a tiny bit wider if you'd like to, and then forward fold as you come all the way down. Forehead towards the mat. Shoulders aren't slumped to the floor, but you're actually pulling your shoulders back towards your buttocks. So the shoulders are going up your back towards your buttocks while your head is going down to the mat. Harder to engage your pelvic floor here because your thighs are opened out, but I encourage you to try and keep practicing even when the muscles are at their fully maxed stretch position. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And coming up. Excellent. Come back down onto your knees. Sit back, child's pose. Good work. One more breath here. Excellent. Let's slide onto our stomachs. So take a moment to slide onto your stomach. If you've got your stretch band, now is the time to grab it. If you don't have your stretch band, no problem. No problem. You're just going to kind of pulse your arms up if you don't have a stretch band. You can use a yoga strap as well if that is better for you. We're going to do a big shoulder stretch. So we're going to take our arms from behind our buttocks, reach with the strap towards your feet. But remember, good mechanics. So think of the shoulders as pressing up to your ears, back to the ceiling behind you, and then down towards your feet. And that motion of down towards your feet is what floats your chest up. So then my pubic bone is pressing down, my thighs are long, I'm floating up my feet just a couple of inches, and then I'm pulling wide on the strap. And I'm taking my arms up over my head. So my straps, because they're flexible, kind of wrap around my thumb. Right, so I'm feeling that, and then I'm coming back up, and then I come everything down. So I'm going to inhale here, exhale, reach my hands all the way towards my feet. Keep the pubic bone pressed down, open through the chest. Take the straps and reach them all the way up and over. Keep your legs up. Your fingers will touch down, but your spine won't. Shoulders are down, chest is still up. Return those arms back up, and then bring everything down. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Connect the shoulders so they go up, back, and down. And it's in that downward drag of the shoulders that your upper body floats up, coming up and over. Big, big, big pec stretch. Keep the legs in the air, pubic bone still anchored. Back down and come on down. Last time, inhale. Exhale, pubic bone presses into the mat, hollow, scoop the pelvic floor and core. I just caught myself in that last variation, really arching my low back. So I'm going to stay out of that, not floating my legs quite so high, really keeping my pubic bone anchored. Arms go up overhead, then they reach back up and all the way down towards my buttocks, and then come on down. Let go with the strap, press up onto all 4s. Nice. Sit back once again. Feel the stretch through the whole body. Good. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. And come all the way up. We're going to take ourselves into just a very 1 or 2 little thread the needles here. This is a wonderful way to stretch out the back and shoulders. Do 2 more, so they're kind of more continuous thread the needles. I've got my right arm doing the spinning, my left hand doing the supporting. Good. And then let's change. Now my right palm is planted, my left arm is out. I'm spiraling to the left, and then threading the needle under. Unwind, inhale, exhale. 2, couple more like this. Really connecting to my core. Last one. Excellent. Perfect. Okay, we're going to lie back on our backs. And once you lie back on your back, go ahead and roll over to your right side. So you've got your head down, your arms stacked, shoulder stacked, spine in a long line, knees bent. Just take your top arm, left arm actually, and open out into a gentle twist here. Feeling the spine as it's kind of gently weaving its way into this twist. Reminding yourself in your body that there's plenty of room for everything. Sometimes it just needs time to find its place. 2 more breaths here. Last big breath. Excellent. And then come all the way back in. I'm going to press myself up and change sides that way. You can stay where you are and just roll over to the other side. Just make sure you're stacked. So knees, shins, and you're really at a 90-degree angle with your leg and your knee and your thighs, hips. Here we go. Taking now our right arm up overhead, opening out that right side. Try to keep your hips and knees where they were initially as you're allowing your right upper body to gently unwind in the front. And this big, big, big stretch. 3 more breaths here. 2 more breaths. Last one. Good. And bring everything back in. Perfect. Press onto all 4s. That hour kind of flew by, at least it did for me. Bring your booty to the air, walk in place. You can even kind of wag your tail if that feels good. Kind of get a little loose with your hips and legs. They were holding steady so that your arms and upper body could do a lot of movement. So let them be free. Good. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Big breath in here. Exhale. Come on up and roll up to the top. Okay. 3 swings to finish. Inhale. Come on up. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. And we're done. Yay. That was fabulous. Okay, grabbing my glasses so I can see you and wish you a wonderful rest of your week. Great work, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to class. I hope your arms feel extra powerful. Yes.